Here are some intermediate example solves for 3x3 one-handed. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you some one-handed example solves. I'll also assume that you're quite confident with F2L solving and you know full OLL and full PLL because that's what I'll be using in these solves, but you can certainly get some things out of it even if you don't know full OLL just yet. So in this first scramble we'll do two white solves followed by two color neutral solves. So in this first scramble we've got these two cross pieces and these two at the back here. So I would do something like probably an X prime like this. So put the white center on the front, U D prime, so I can do U D prime with my index and my ring finger, like that. Then do a R prime, so either pinky R prime or I can do the R prime like that. D prime to align these two, and then F2 R to solve these two, and then do a D2. And the first F2L pair that I see after that is these two. So I'd do my Z rotation, U prime R prime U, to insert them into the front left. The pair that I saw after that was these two, so I'd rotate, pair these two up, and insert them into the back there. The next pair that I saw was probably these two. So there's a few different ways we can do this. I would probably prefer to actually rotate, and then notice that when I do an R prime, we get these two at the back here, U2, R2, U prime, R prime, like that. And then the last pair is these two. So I'd rotate and solve them. Then I've got OLL. And then I've got PLL. And I probably shouldn't have done U3 with my index finger there. It would be better to have done just a U like that. That was bad recognition even with this slow turning. So then I would do my PLL. Like that. Okay, so we'll do another example with the white cross. So here we've got this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. And what I would probably do in this situation is hold the cross on the back, or potentially on the bottom, probably on the back, and I would do something like D-U, R-U-R, white R, the second one, and then do a D, and that solves our cross like that. Then the first pair that I saw was probably these two, so this corner and this edge. Do RU R prime to take out the edge, and then insert the corner like that. The next pair that I noticed while I was doing that was actually that this edge piece got inserted into this slot. So to do these two, we could potentially do these two as well, but I actually did notice these two first, this corner and this edge here. So I can do an R prime U prime R, rotate, insert that pair. Then I would rotate again to solve these two into the front right slot. And then I have these two to insert into the back right slot. Like so. Now I've got OLL and PLL. Like that. So that was a fairly straightforward solve. Okay, now it's time to do two color neutral solves. In this example, I would probably do the red cross, so it's fairly easy to actually finger trick. So we've got this piece, this one, and this one. So I would do something like U2, then do a Z prime, U2 R U prime, then do a Z prime, and then to insert this one, I would go white R, U prime, white R prime. And then I can go straight away and actually solve this pair. So do U prime, R2U to insert these two. And as I did this, I noticed that these two came into this slot. So after I do an R prime, U prime, RU, I won't rotate back to put my cross on the bottom. I'll actually keep it in this position and solve these two into this slot here on the left. Like that. Then I would rotate back, and now I've got two more F2L pairs to solve. This one and this one. So to solve this one, I can probably do just U prime R prime U R U prime R prime U to put it into the front left. And then for this one, I'll just take it out, pair it up, and insert. Now I've got OLL and PLL. So I wouldn't rotate. I mean, there's a few different algorithms I can use for this. A really nice algorithm for this case is instead of doing our RU2, R'U', J permutation, what we can do is do an L, RU2, R'U', RU2, L prime, R prime, U prime, U, R prime, like that. So let me do that again, just to show you. So it goes an L, and then you start doing that one-handed J permutation. Like so. Okay, so we've got another scramble. In this scramble, the green cross is fairly easy, but we also have this green F2L pair, which I guess we can try and preserve. I don't know if I'd necessarily do it because the finger tricks to preserve it aren't that easy, or I can't immediately see a really nice finger trick, but it's pretty short to actually preserve it, so we may as well. So I would do something like, with the yellow on top and green on the front, U D prime, and then I would do an X prime rotation, and then I've got these two which I need to preserve and solve this piece into the bottom, R, U2, R, and then I'll do a D2. Then I have these two to solve, this pair, U prime, R prime, U. Then there's this pair to solve into the back right, R prime, U prime, R. Then I've got these two, R prime, U2, R, U2, R prime, U, R. Now I've got this case, so my general advice is not to use F moves during F2L, but I see that I guess we're set up for this case, and if we wanted to solve it normally just using R and U, we would have to do a rotation, whereas from here we don't have to do a rotation, so we can go F, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, F prime, like that. And that's actually not too bad to do in a solve. So I would probably do that in my solve. And then we've got OLL, and then we've got a V permutation. Like that.